Pragyan, you can start with the recording. Good afternoon, everyone. On the behalf of IEEE Computer Society and the organizing team of HackHub 2022, I welcome you to the third speaker session of this event, wherein we are going to talk about blockchain and Web 3.0. So stay tuned till the end of the event because we will uh, also share a link of a free course that Lumos Labs, that is our title sponsor, is offering us on blockchain and Web 3.0. Also, we have with us today Mr. Nikhil Aparajit, who is the community partner at Lumos Labs. Welcome, sir, and thank you for accepting our invitation to be the speaker for this afternoon.
Hey, hi, thank you. By the way, all the iterations of my name that has existed on the internet, this one was by far the closest one to the actual one. But hey, guys, I am Nikhil Aparajit. I am the community manager at Lumos Labs. I am responsible for conducting and running all the developer focused activities that Lumos Labs conducts. We have, I think, some 18 people, I think 18, 19 people total in the stream. Very excited to be here, but let's make this a little more interactive because if it's just me talking, I think I'll sleep in the middle of the session. So let's make it a little interactive. Can we have the meeting chat a little more interactive? Can you guys send a hi in the chat so that I know that you're not sleeping or you're attending the chat? Can you send me that? Can you send a hi? Hi. Yadakrishnan, hi. Harish, hi. Rohan, hello. Hello, Deepthi. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that you guys are not asleep. Thank you. So, before we start, let me present my screen and then we'll get started. Yeah. Yeah, can you see the screen? Give a yes if you can.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. Cool. Still the screen is visible? The presentation full screen is visible or not?
Full screen, sir.
Thank you. So, welcome to the session which I like to call Web 3.0 Essentials with Lumos. So, what is Lumos Labs? I've already told you about me. What is Lumos Labs? So, Lumos Labs is an innovation management company, a Web 3 innovation management company that basically evangelizes Web 3 opportunities for Indian developers and startups through our programs. Iska matlab kya hai? So what we do is basically partner with global Web3 companies like Binance, like Hedera, like Filecoin, Polygon, and evangelize their technology in the developer circles across the country. We are also responsible for running and accelerating a lot of Web3 startups. Currently, our sister company Builders Tribe is working with startups with over 4 million funding. 11 startups are working currently in their acceleration phase. So they'll be up for Series A in a couple of months. So that's what we are doing. Before we get started, I have talked a lot about Web3. What is Web3? So Web3 is basically a concept that represents the next generation of internet, one which focuses on basically giving the power, giving the reins of the control of data and information and money that flows over the internet into the hands of individual users. To understand this, first of all, let me come back to the chat and let me see. Okay, so before we move forward, how many of you familiarized with the concept of blockchain and Web3? I would like to know, like, give me a Y if you guys know what is blockchain and give me a N if you don't know. Just, I'd like to know what we're dealing with here. Hello? Chat dead again? Okay. So I think we have, thank you. Subhayu, thank you. Okay. So there's a healthy section of, I think, yes and no in the comment section. So I'll just briefly go over what blockchain is. So blockchain is basically a distributed ledger or database that is distributed over a network. Okay? Ledger mane, how many of you guys know, I don't know, Hindi mein, there's a concept called Bahi Khata or a ledger book. If you go to a old Kirana store or a grocery store, they have a register where they write the inflow and outflow, how much they earned through the day and how much they didn't earn, how much they spent through the day, right? That's a ledger. So now imagine this Bahi Khata, this ledger distributed over a network that is agreed upon by all the members of that network. So this is a ledger. So basically, blockchain, it's in the name, block and chain. It's blocks of information shared between various blocks or nodes in a network. So that's basically blockchain, right? So it's a distributed database that is distributed over a network, which is completely decentralized, transparent, yet very secure. So that is the blockchain technology on top of which this Web3 internet is based on. So Web 3.0 is basically a concept that an internet where blockchain is the central technology on which the internet is built. So that I'll explain it in the presentation. So let's go with this evolution of the web. If you can see the screen, you'll see Web 1 that came in during the 1990s phase. I don't know if anybody is old enough to remember this, because I don't think so. But during the very initial phases of the internet was filled with HTML based pages. You remember those websites with only HTML code. So now you guys as computer science engineers, you might know that these pages with only HTML code. So Web 1.0 was basically collection of internet pages with information that was just written on pages and people could access that information, right? That was a true sense of decentralized internet because it was just information available for users to view, right? But then near about the year, I think 2004 or something, where companies like Google, Facebook, Amazon started to pop in. And these companies basically started using the data that is shared between users, using that data and sell them targeted ads, right? So slowly, this Web 1.0, the concept of internet that was started with sharing of information in mind, suddenly became this whole rat race of data, wherein huge companies hold large amounts of data about every aspect of your life, and then they sell that data to advertising companies and sell those ads to you. So that was Web 2.0. So now Web 3.0 is a concept that has recently arrived. But by the way, its decentralization of the internet was not that recent. आप में से कितने लोगों ने BitTorrent use किया है? How many of you know about BitTorrent? I think BitTorrent का नाम सबने सुना होगा. Someone must have used those pirated games or movies or something like that during the old days. Give me a why? Yes. Absolutely. BitTorrent सबने use किया. BitTorrent was also based on a peer-to-peer transfer. So it's technically decentralization, and BitTorrent is still pretty much a very, very popular technology, right? आज भी they have over 1 million active monthly users. So BitTorrent is also based on decentralization. So what is new in this Web3? I mean, agar BitTorrent to it exists from the early 2000s, what is so different in this Web 3.0? So the difference is tokens, cryptocurrency. The only thing that has basically forced people or incentivized people joining Web3 is cryptocurrency. So earlier, when I am hosting, so if I have a movie on my BitTorrent and I have seeded it, so anybody across the network can basically download that movie. That's how the information is shared on BitTorrent, right? But I had no incentive of saving that movie on my BitTorrent. As soon as I've done downloading it, I've watched, I would delete it, right? But now, if you store the information of the blockchain on your system, you are incentivized with a token that is run, token that networks legitimizes. For example, if you run it on the Ethereum network, Ether is the token. So Ether is the currency. Similar way, Bitcoin, other forms of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, all of these are various forms of tokens that you get as a reward for sharing that information in that network. And I know this is very complicated for you guys, but that's where I can step in and tell you that before we move on. So I can tell you that this is just so I am a blockchain enthusiast. I'm a Web3 enthusiast. I'm not an expert in Web3. I cannot claim to be an expert developer in Web3. But yeah, I am an enthusiast, and I've been observing this tech for the past 5-6 years, and I have been an active part of this ecosystem. So what I can tell you is that this is one of the most interesting times to be an innovator or a computer science enthusiast or a technology enthusiast. Because currently, right now, with whatever is happening in the political scenario of the country and the world, there's a lot of scope that this technology might become the central core technology that the world revolves around, just like how internet became in the late 2000s. So, sorry. So what I mean with this is that this is a very interesting statistic. So the Web3 developer ecosystem basically started around the late 2009, 2010, right? When Bitcoin started to pick up. So Bitcoin is an older technology that kind of came after the 2008 US market crash, right? So after that, the Web3 ecosystem and the developer ecosystem has been on a rise. So if you see currently, we have over 18,000 monthly users as of December 2021, about 18,500 monthly users. And do you know how much is the requirement in the current market? Can you give a guess in the chat, please? Like any guess, कितना requirement हो सकता है अभी? Hello? Any क्या number क्या हो सकता है? Can you give me in the chat? 10 times, 20 times? What's the requirement? No idea? Anybody? Ishita, you? What's your guess?
No idea. So
Okay. Aniket was very close. So the current market requirement of Web3 developers is 150 times what is actually required. So we have over, you said 18, I said 18,500 developers, right? If you can see my screen, I don't think you will be able to, but no, I don't think so. So 2.7 million developers is what the market requires right now. That is almost close to 150 times the actual requirement. Okay, so the current market is so huge for someone who's looking to become a Web3 developer, a blockchain developer who understands both front end, that is the standard, usual React JS, JavaScript, and all of those libraries, and understands the back end of how to run a network, a smart contract, a Web3 contract, understands Rust, Solidity, and Ethereum. All of those things, the requirement is 150 times. So Aniket, props to you for that. You guessed it almost correctly. So the requirement is 150 times. So what kind of careers are there in Web3? These are some of the examples that you can. So I come in the non-technical/technical roles that I am a community manager. I help people understand and get into the world of Web3, but I'm not a Web3 developer myself. But if you are someone who is interested in development, developing a product on blockchain, these are some of the careers that you might want to take a look at. Network architect, software engineers, engineering leads in project, network engineer or blockchain developer. And there are many more, right? So these are some of the careers. So how do you get started in this? I mean, yeah, I have told you a lot about Web3. There's a lot of money there. So one estimate suggests that around by 2025, we might have this industry for about $100 billion. This blockchain industry or Web3 space might value in a market size of over $100 billion. That's not a small amount, lots of zeros. So how do you get into this? This is where Near Education Program comes into play. So Near Education Program is a 7-day education program, which is specifically designed for newbies or newer developers from the Web2 world to get into the Web3 space. So someone who has recently done engineering or is currently in engineering and knows a few basic things about, say, JavaScript, terminal, and GitHub, they can basically take this course and become a certified Near developer. So Near, I'll tell you, Near is a layer 1 blockchain protocol. It's a very popular layer 1 blockchain protocol. If someone knows blockchain, they might have heard about Near, but if not, you'll hear through me. So Near is doing this education program where they teach developers in live streams about how to become a Web3 developer. So here are 4 main benefits that you get. You get certified, you get mentorship support, you get to build your own first D app. So whoever is able to build a D app is also and the fourth opportunity is that you also get to earn while you learn. Sorry. So anyone who completes the Near course in the stipulated timeline will also be awarded with Near tokens and real world fiat money as well. So this is something that we are bringing you with Near, and the best part is all the participants of this hackathon, everyone who is participating in this hackathon is eligible to use and learn from Near for absolutely free. So everyone in this chat and not in this chat, whoever has participated in the hackathon is eligible to participate in this hackathon, in this education program for completely free. I'll be sharing a link with you guys. I think Ishita, I have shared the link with the team. If you can share it in the chat, that will be great.
yes, I'll just share it.
Yeah. So you can go register on this. There are new dates being added for the course. So there's a live stream at the start of every course. Uh, so from March 11, is this the chat? I don't think so. The link is allowed. Okay, let's do one thing. I think Ishita will have to share this link separately because Microsoft doesn't allow third-party links to be working in the chat. So we'll have to deal with that. See, this is one of the.
Share it separately.
Uh, yeah, now I think it works. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Thank you, Ishita. So you can go register on this link. Currently, the newer dates will be added by Monday. So from 11th March, every 3 days they have a new live stream at different time zones. According to the Indian time zones, according to the UTC time zone, according to the Pacific Standard Time. Whichever time suits you, whenever you guys are free, you can register, go there absolutely for free, learn about Web3, become a part of this ecosystem, and hopefully become the next big Web3 giant of this country. Which, by the way, there are many. Do you know Polygon, which is one of the world's biggest Web3 companies, has originated in India? The co-founder Sandeep Nailwal is from India, and the entire country is proud of this guy because this is some tech innovation that has gone out of the country and has become a global phenomenon. So something to be proud of for us as Indians. And if you guys are inspired by this, you can go register in the link given in the chat and absolutely have fun with this. The next thing that we are going to do in this hackathon is the Kudos Open Innovation Track. So Kudos is basically a decentralized cloud computing platform. So for all the DApps you see, from what I've mentioned right now about Web3 and all of this, there's a huge trilemma of hosting these Web3 programs on centralized cloud servers. I mean, it completely defeats the purpose. So Kudos is trying to solve this by creating its own decentralized cloud computing platform, right? So with this, we are basically sponsoring this Kudos Open Innovation Track, where if you build your own Web3 project using Kudos Stack, you stand a chance to win cash prizes worth rupees 12,000. That's not all. Those who win this track also stand a chance to participate in the national final round of this track, where the prize pool is $50,000. So not just the cash prize that you will get here, but also the cash prize that you might win if you are a finalist in this hackathon. So these are the two tracks that we are working with. I'm very excited to be participating with you guys in this hackathon. Um, I wish you all the best. If you have any questions, you can ask it in the chat, or else I think we'll be communicating over Discord. I think Ishita. What will be?
Yes, the
Yeah.
Discord server is live.
Yeah. So if you guys have any question, hop into the Discord server. You can ask me questions there, and I'll be happy to answer. With that, thank you so much for inviting me, and all the best to all the participants. See you soon.
Thank, thank you, sir, for the informative session. Any queries, please feel free to ask.
I think the
You
hack
can
hub
use
one,
a
right?
chat. You can use a chat box, or you can drop your queries later in the Discord.
Do send me the link for the Discord. By the way, I've not joined yet. If you have any questions, you can ask me there. I'll be happy to answer. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you, Rohan. Thank you, Yadi Krishnan. I think we're done, Ishita. We can wrap up. I think.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone, for joining in.
See you guys.
Thank you, sir.